Who's that bunny bopping along? Hop, hop, hopping and singing his song. When he starts bopping, he just can't stop. The Easter bunny goes hop, hop, hop. Rockin' bunny, ooh, hop, hop, Easter bunny.
Chef Alex Cardinale here, and tonight I am going to give you some tantalizing, delicious recipes for you to use on Easter this Sunday. You are tuned in live to the Easter 2025 Recipe Throwdown, and tonight I, Chef Alex Cardinale, am going to give you some mouth-watering Easter recipes. Be sure to stick around to the end to get all the delicious recipes.
Who's that bunny bopping along? Hop, hop, hopping and singing his song. When he starts bopping, he just can't stop. The Easter bunny goes hop, hop, hop. Rockin' bunny, ooh, hop, hop, Easter bunny.
Chef Alex Cardinale here. Welcome to the 2025 Easter Recipe Throwdown. Happy Easter, everyone. Easter is this Sunday, and I, Chef Alex, am here to help you prepare for Easter. I've got some delicious Easter recipes that I'm going to give out, and you can use these recipes this Sunday. I'm going to teach you about traditional Easter foods from around the world. I'm going to give you some tips for hosting Easter dinner, and I got a plethora of awesome Easter recipes that I'm going to be giving out, such as lemon ricotta pancakes for breakfast, 3 cheese macaroni and cheese, a really good prime rib recipe that's really simple to make, and I've got some great dessert recipes such as Fruity Pebble Pie and carrot cake and black forest cake. It's all going down live right now on the Easter 2025 Recipe Throwdown. If you have any cooking questions or baking questions you need help with for Easter, let me know. Just post them in the comments down below. All right, let's go ahead and get this show started. And we're going to start by discussing traditional Easter food from all around the world. Easter is celebrated in various ways around the world, often featuring unique and delicious foods that are steeped in tradition. Here's a look at some traditional Easter food from different cultures. Hot cross buns. Hot cross buns originate from the United Kingdom. Hot cross buns are spiced, sweet buns made with currants or raisins and marked with a cross on the top, symbolizing the crucifixion of Jesus. These buns are traditionally eaten on Good Friday. Roast lamb. Origin. Many Christian communities worldwide. Roast lamb is a popular Easter Sunday dish, symbolizing Jesus as the Lamb of God. It is often served with potatoes, seasonal vegetables, and mint sauce. Pashka. Origin, Russia and Eastern Europe countries. Pashka is a traditional Eastern Orthodox dessert made from cheese, butter, sugar, and other ingredients like nuts and dried fruits. It is often shaped into a pyramid, symbolizing the church. Colomba di Pasqua, Italy. This Italian Easter bread is shaped like a dove and is very similar to panettone. It is usually flavored with candy peel and topped with almonds and sugar. Easter eggs, worldwide. Decorated eggs are a universal symbol of Easter, representing new life and resurrection. They could be dyed, painted, or even made of chocolate, often used in Easter egg hunts. Cinnel cake, another item from the United Kingdom. A rich, fruit-filled cake with a layer of marzipan in the middle and on top. Traditionally, it is decorated with 11 marzipan balls, representing the apostles, excluding Judas. Kulich, origin Russia and Ukraine. Kulich is a tall, cylindrical Easter bread, usually decorated with icing and colorful sprinkles, often eaten with pashka. Fanska, and Fanska comes from Ecuador. Fanska is a hearty soup made with 12 different grains, representing the 12 apostles and salt cod. It is traditionally eaten during Holy Week. Mama, or Mami, Finland. Mami is a sweet dessert made from rye flour and molasses, typically served with cream or milk. It has a distinctive flavor and is often enjoyed during the Easter season, and that comes from Finland. These foods not only provide a delicious feast, but they also carry significant cultural and religious meanings, making Easter a time of joy and reflection. And those are traditional Easter foods from around the world. Now, let's talk about traditional Easter foods from around America. Traditional American Easter foods. These are traditional foods that are popular here in the United States of America. Easter in the United States of America is a time for celebration, family gatherings, and of course, delicious food. While the specific dishes can vary depending on regional and cultural influences, several traditional foods are commonly enjoyed during Easter festivities across the United States. Main dishes, glazed ham. One of the most popular main dishes for Easter, glazed ham, is often prepared with a sweet and tangy glaze made from ingredients like brown sugar, honey, and mustard. It serves as the centerpiece of the Easter meal. Roast lamb, symbolic of spring and new beginnings, roast lamb is another traditional choice. It can be seasoned with herbs such as rosemary and garlic for a rich and flavorful dish. I actually tried lamb earlier this year at a restaurant called Texas de Brazil, and lamb is actually not that bad, but lamb is a popular entree on Easter. And also you have prime rib, which is also known as a rib roast, and that is the most tender cut of beef that you're going to have. Prime rib is actually delicious, and that's one of my favorite things to serve on Easter. Some popular side dishes in America include deviled eggs. A staple at many Easter gatherings, deviled eggs are hard-boiled eggs filled with a creamy mixture of egg yolk, mayonnaise, mustard, and spices. A lot of people put their painted eggs to the test by making deviled eggs out of them. Scalloped potatoes. Creamy and comforting, scalloped potatoes are thinly sliced potatoes baked in a rich sauce, often made with cheese and cream. I'm not a big potato guy, but I definitely would try scalloped potatoes. So maybe this year I'll make scalloped potatoes. Macaroni and cheese and mashed potatoes are also popular in America for the holidays. Asparagus. Asparagus is a popular spring vegetable that pairs well with many Easter main dishes. It can be roasted, steamed, or grilled and seasoned simply with salt, pepper, and lemon juice. Broccoli can also be served on Easter. I like broccoli. Here are some of the breads that you'll find in America on Easter. Hot cross buns. These sweet, spicy buns are traditionally eaten during Lent, particularly on Good Friday, but they also make an appearance on Easter tables. They are marked with a cross on top, symbolizing the crucifixion of Jesus. Dinner rolls. Fluffy and buttery, dinner rolls are a versatile addition to the Easter meal, perfect for sopping up any leftover sauces or glazes. And finally, desserts. There's plenty of desserts that are available for Easter in the United States, including carrot cake, a moist, spiced cake often topped with cream cheese frosting. Carrot cake is a popular dessert choice for Easter, incorporating spring flavors and ingredients. Lemon bars. Bright and zesty lemon bars provide a refreshing contrast to the richer foods often served at Easter. They are made with a buttery crust and topped with a tangy lemon filling. Chocolate eggs and bunnies. No Easter celebration is complete without chocolate. Chocolate eggs and bunnies are commonly enjoyed as treats and often included in Easter baskets for children. These traditional American Easter foods reflect the joy and renewal of the season, bringing families together to share in a festive and delicious meal. And those are Easter foods found all around the world and the United States of America. Now, are you going to be hosting Easter dinner this Sunday? Well, here are some tips for hosting Easter dinner this Sunday. I want to make sure you guys have an amazing Easter dinner, so I'm going to give you some great tips. Hosting a Easter dinner can be a delightful way to celebrate the holiday with family and friends. With a bit of planning and creativity, you can create a memorable experience for everyone. Here are some tips to help you host an Easter dinner that will be enjoyable for all your guests. Planning the menu. Traditional dishes. Consider incorporating traditional Easter dishes such as roast lamb, prime rib, glazed ham, or baked salmon. These can be paired with seasonal sides like roasted vegetables, mashed potatoes, or a fresh spring salad. Vegetarian options. Ensure there's something for everyone by including vegetarian options. Dishes like stuffed bell peppers, a vegetable tart, or a hearty grain salad can be delicious choices. Desserts. Easter themed desserts like carrot cake, hot cross buns, black forest cake, or a lemon tart can add a sweet ending to your meal. Don't forget to include a few chocolate treats for a festive touch. Beverages. Offer a variety of beverages, including wine, sparkling water, and a non alcoholic punch. You might also consider a signature cocktail to add a special touch to the gathering. Setting the table. Easter themed decor. Use pastel colors and floral arrangements to create a springtime ambience. Consider adding small decorations like Easter eggs or Easter bunnies to enhance the theme. Table settings. Use coordinating tableware and linens to create a cohesive look. Incorporate seasonal elements such as fresh flowers or greenery as a centerpiece. Place cards. Personalized place cards can add an elegant touch and help guests find their seats easily. Creating a comfortable atmosphere. Music. Set the mood with a playlist of soft, cheerful music. Classic, jazz, or acoustic tunes can create a relaxed and welcoming atmosphere. Lighting. Soft lighting, such as candles or string lights, can add warmth and coziness to your dining area. Seating arrangements. Ensure there is enough ample seating for all guests. Consider a mix of chairs and benches to accommodate everyone comfortably. Activities and environment. Easter egg hunt. If you have children attending, an Easter egg hunt can be a fun activity. Hide eggs filled with treats or small toys or coins or dollar bills around your yard or house. Games. Prepare a few simple games or activities for guests of all ages to enjoy. This can include board games, a trivia game, or an egg decorating station. Conversation starters. Have a few topics or questions prepared to encourage engaging conversations among guests. Managing the day, preparation. Plan to complete as much prep work as possible the day before. This includes setting the table, preparing desserts, and organizing any games or activities. Time management. Create a timeline for the day to ensure everything runs smoothly. Allow time for mingling and relaxing so you can enjoy the day along with your guests. And don't hesitate to ask for help from your guests. Guests often appreciate contributing, whether it's bringing a dish, helping with setup, or cleaning up afterwards. By following these tips, you can host a delightful Easter dinner that will be remembered fondly by all your guests. Enjoy the celebration and happy Easter, everyone. All right, coming up next here on the Easter 2025 Recipe Throwdown, I'm going to give you some delicious Easter breakfast ideas and some delicious Easter breakfast recipes.
Happy Easter! Get hoppin' for an Easter extravaganza with the Easter Bunny Alex Cardinale. Party Popper Tulip. Mark your calendars for a festive celebration like no other. Join us on Friday, April 18th, 2025, at 6 p.m. Eastern/3 p.m. Pacific, exclusively on the Alex Cardinale Network YouTube channel. Presented by Saturday Live with Alex Cardinale, Oasis Aquatics, and Hooger, this Easter 2025 live event promises fun for the whole family. Highlights include: Chef Alex will share last-minute Easter dinner tips and whip up delicious recipes, featuring carrot cake and honey-roasted carrots. Aqua Alex showcases his stunning aquariums and chats about fish that embody the Easter spirit. Detective Alex delves into famous crimes that occurred on Easter, unraveling the mysteries of the past. But that's not all. Watch as Easter Bunny Alex paints eggs, shares hilarious Easter videos, and much more. Don't miss out on this exciting event. See you April 18th at 6 p.m. Eastern/3 p.m. Pacific on the Alex Cardinale Network.
All right, here are some delicious Easter breakfast ideas. For those who have a sweet tooth like me, hot cross buns are a delicious breakfast. Hot cross buns are a traditional Easter treat, perfect for breakfast. These spiced sweet buns, marked with the cross on top, are filled with currants or raisins. Serve them warm with a pat of butter for a comforting start to the day. Easter Bunny Pancakes. Make breakfast fun with Easter Bunny Pancakes. Create a bunny face using round pancakes and use banana slices for the ears, blueberries for the eyes, and a strawberry for the nose. Drizzle with maple syrup for extra sweetness. Lemon ricotta pancakes. Light and fluffy, lemon ricotta pancakes bring a refreshing twist to your Easter breakfast. The ricotta adds creaminess while the lemon zest provides a burst of flavor, topped with fresh berries and a dusting of powdered sugar. Savory selections. Spring vegetable frittata. Celebrate the season with a spring vegetable frittata. Use fresh asparagus, spinach, and cherry tomatoes, mixed with eggs and cheese for a vibrant and healthy dish. Serve with a side of whole grain toast. Smoked salmon bagels. For a sophisticated touch, serve smoked salmon bagels. Top bagels with cream cheese, smoked salmon, capers, and red onions. Add a sprinkle of dill for extra flavor. Breakfast quiche. A breakfast quiche is an excellent choice for Easter morning. Choose your favorite ingredients such as ham, cheese, and spinach and bake them in a flaky pastry crust. It is a versatile dish that can be made ahead of time. And breakfast sides and extras. Fresh fruit platter. A colorful fruit platter adds a refreshing element to your Easter breakfast. Include a variety of fruits like melons, grapes, berries, pineapple, and kiwi for a vibrant and healthy option. Deviled eggs. Deviled eggs are a classic Easter dish. Spice them up with unique flavors such as smoked paprika or chives. They make a tasty and decorative addition to your breakfast spread. Freshly squeezed juices. Offer a selection of freshly squeezed juices such as orange, grapefruit, or a mixed berry blend to complement your breakfast menu. These refreshing drinks will delight guests of all age. Enjoy creating a memorable and delicious Easter breakfast with these ideas and celebrate the joy of the season with loved ones. And now we're going to get to some delicious Easter breakfast recipes. So, my first recipe for the evening My first recipe for the evening is classic deviled eggs. Deviled eggs are a staple at many Easter gatherings. Their creamy texture and rich flavor make them a favorite among many. And here are your ingredients for classic deviled eggs. 6 large eggs, 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise, 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, 1 teaspoon of white vinegar, salt and pepper to taste, and paprika for garnish. Place your eggs in a saucepan and cover with water. Bring to a boil, then remove from heat and let stand for 10 minutes. Drain and cool the eggs under cold running water. Peel the eggs and cut them in half lengthwise. Remove yolks and place them in a bowl. Mash yolks with mayonnaise, mustard, vinegar, salt, and pepper. Spoon or pipe the yolk mixture back into the egg whites. Sprinkle with paprika and serve chilled. Hot cross buns. These sweet spiced buns are traditionally eaten on Good Friday, but they are a delightful addition to any Easter breakfast. Ingredients: 4 cups of all-purpose flour, a quarter cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 packet of active dry yeast, a half teaspoon of cinnamon, a half teaspoon of nutmeg, a quarter teaspoon of allspice, a half cup of raisins, 1 cup of milk, a quarter cup of butter, and 2 eggs. And your icing for your cross is going to be a half cup of powdered sugar and 1 tablespoon of milk. Combine flour, sugar, salt, yeast, and spices in a large bowl. Stir in raisins. Heat milk and butter until warm. Do not boil. Add to dry ingredients with eggs, mixing until a dough forms. Knead dough on a floured surface until smooth. Place in a greased bowl, cover and let rise until doubled in size. Preheat your oven to 375. Divide dough into 12 balls and place on a baking sheet. Cover and let rise for another 30 minutes. Bake for 20 to 25 minutes until golden brown. Mix powdered sugar and milk to make an icing and pipe across on each bun once cooled. Spinach and feta quiche, a savory dish that combines the freshness of spinach with the tangy taste of feta cheese. Perfect for a hearty breakfast. Ingredients: 1 pie crust, store-bought or homemade, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1 small onion chopped, 2 cups of fresh spinach, 4 large eggs, 1 cup of milk, 1 cup of crumbled feta cheese, salt and pepper to taste. Ingredients: preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Place pie crust in a tart pan and set aside. Heat olive oil in a skillet, add onion and saute until translucent. Add spinach and cook until wilted. Beat eggs and milk together in a bowl. Stir in feta, spinach mixture, salt, and pepper. Pour mixture into the pie crust and bake for 35 to 40 minutes or until the center is set. Let cool slightly before slicing and serving. And now time for my favorite Easter breakfast, lemon ricotta pancakes. These pancakes are light, fluffy, and infused with the bright flavor of lemon, making them a refreshing choice for Easter breakfast. Ingredients: 1 cup of ricotta cheese, 1 cup of milk, 2 large eggs, 1 tablespoon of lemon zest, 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, a quarter teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of sugar. Ingredients: in a large bowl, whisk together ricotta, milk, eggs, and lemon zest until smooth. In another bowl, mix flour, baking powder, salt, and sugar. Add dry ingredients to the wet mixture, stirring gently until just combined. Heat a non-stick skillet over medium heat and lightly coat with butter or oil. Pour a quarter cup of batter onto the skillet for each pancake. Cook until bubbles form on the surface, about a minute, then flip and cook until golden brown. Serve with fresh berries and a drizzle of maple syrup. And those are all my delicious Easter breakfast ideas and Easter breakfast recipes. Coming up next, get some delicious Easter dinner ideas, get some tips for making the perfect Easter glazed ham, and tips for making the perfect Easter prime rib. and get some delicious Easter dinner recipes up next here on Easter Recipe Throwdown.
Get ready for an epic Saturday Live with Alex Cardinale. Mark your calendars for an unforgettable Easter 2025 finale, combined with the first ever WrestleMania Saturday Live special. Join us on April 19, 2025, with a special start time of 3 p.m. Eastern/12 noon PT, exclusively on the Alex Cardinale Network YouTube channel. Celebrate the magic of Easter and the thrill of WrestleMania all in one jam-packed show. Dive into fascinating facts about WrestleMania, the Easter Bunny, and the beloved Twix. WWE enthusiast Alex Cardinale will count down the top 10 WrestleMania matches and the greatest feuds, setting the stage for WrestleMania 41 airing later that day. Relive iconic moments with WrestleMania rewinds featuring matches like Undertaker vs. Shane McMahon, AJ Styles vs. Shane McMahon, Cody Rhodes vs. Roman Reigns, and CM Punk vs. Undertaker. But that's not all. Discover the Rex Rabbit as the animal of the world, and let Aqua Alex enlighten you about intriguing aquatic creatures like the one-spot foxface rabbitfish, flagtail prochylitis, African otopike, snakeskin gourami, and axolotls. Plus, get an exclusive preview of WWE WrestleMania 41. Join us for this action-packed, informative, and entertaining show, just 1 week before the milestone 150th episode of Saturday Live with Alex Cardinale. Don't miss it. See you Saturday, April 19, 2025 at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Pacific.
All right, and now we're going to talk about Easter dinner ideas. So here are some dinner ideas for Easter. Main courses: honey glazed ham. A classic choice for Easter, honey glazed ham is both savory and sweet. Glazed with a mixture of honey, brown sugar, and Dijon mustard, it is sure to be a crowd pleaser. Roast lamb with rosemary. For a traditional option, consider roast lamb seasoned with garlic, rosemary, and lemon. This dish pairs beautifully with mint jelly or a red wine reduction sauce. Herb crust salmon. If you're looking for a lighter main course, herb crusted salmon is a fantastic option. Coated with a mixture of fresh herbs, breadcrumbs, and lemon zest, it is both healthy and flavorful. Side dishes: scallop potatoes. Creamy and cheesy scallop potatoes are the perfect comfort food to accompany your main course. Layered with onions and cheese, they bake to golden perfection. Asparagus with lemon and Parmesan. Fresh asparagus, lightly roasted and topped with lemon juice and Parmesan cheese, adds a touch of elegance to your meal. Spring pea salad. Celebrate the season with a bright and refreshing spring pea salad featuring fresh peas, radishes, mint, and a light lemon vinaigrette. Sparkling lemonade. Refreshing and bubbly, sparkling lemonade can be easily made at home and is a delightful non-alcoholic option. Mimosas. For a festive touch, serve mimosas made with sparkling wine and fresh orange juice. Herbal iced tea. A blend of your favorite herbs such as mint, chamomile, brewed and chilled makes a soothing and fragrant iced tea. And those are some delicious Easter dinner ideas. And now I'm going to give you some tips for making the best honey glazed ham or the best glazed ham out there. Creating a perfect glazed ham can elevate any meal, transforming it into a festive and unforgettable experience. Whether you're preparing for a holiday feast or a special occasion, here are some tips to ensure your glazed ham is a savory success. Choosing the right ham, type of ham. Opt for a bone-in ham as it tends to be more flavorful and juicy compared to a boneless one. Spiral cut hams are also a convenient option as they make serving easier. I definitely recommend the spiral ham. Consider the number of guests you are serving. A good rule of thumb is about a half to three-fourths of a pound of ham per person if it's bone-in, and a third to a half pound per person if it's boneless. Quality. Choose a high-quality ham from a reputable source. Look for hams that are labeled as natural or organic for the best flavor and texture. Preparing the ham. Thawing. If your ham is frozen, ensure it is completely thawed before cooking. This can take several days in the refrigerator, so plan accordingly. Scoring. Score the surface of the ham in a crisscross pattern. This helps the glaze penetrate the meat, enhancing the flavor and creating a beautiful presentation. Crafting the perfect glaze. Balance of flavors. A good glaze should have a balance of sweet, savory, and acidic elements. Common ingredients include honey, brown sugar, mustard, vinegar, and fruit juices like pineapple or orange. Consistency. The glaze should be thick enough to coat the ham, but not so thick that it doesn't spread evenly. Adjust with more liquid or sugar as needed. Glazing and cooking. Initial cooking. Start by cooking the ham without the glaze. This allows the meat to warm through and develop its own flavors. Applying the glaze. Once the ham is mostly cooked, begin applying the glaze. Baste the ham every 15 to 20 minutes during the last hour of cooking to build up a rich, sticky coating. Cook the ham to an internal temperature of 140 degrees Fahrenheit if it's pre-cooked, or 160 degrees Fahrenheit if it is raw. Use a meat thermometer for accuracy. Serving and presentation. Allow the ham to rest for at least 15 minutes after baking. This helps the juices redistribute, ensuring each slice is moist and flavorful. Enhance the presentation with garnishes like fresh herbs, citrus slices, or pineapple rings for a vibrant and appealing look. Use a sharp knife to slice the ham thinly for the best texture and flavor. Serve with extra glaze on the side for those who want an extra burst of flavor. By following these tips, you'll be well on your way to creating a glazed ham that's not only delicious, but also a stunning centerpiece for your meal. Enjoy the compliments from your guests and savor the delicious flavors of your culinary creation. And that is tips for making the best glazed ham. And now I've got tips for making the perfect prime rib, which to me is the ultimate main star of Easter dinner. Preparing a prime rib can be a daunting task, but with the right techniques and attention to detail, you can create a mouth-watering dish that will impress your guests. Here are some essential tips to ensure your prime rib turns out perfectly. Selecting the right cut. Quality matters. Choose a high-quality cut of prime rib. Look for USDA prime grade for the best marbling and tenderness, or USDA choice if prime is not available. Bone-in versus boneless. A bone-in prime rib tends to be more flavorful and juicy. The bone acts as a natural insulator, cooking the meat more evenly. Preparation. Season generously. Season your prime rib with a liberal amount of salt and pepper at least 24 hours before cooking. This allows the seasoning to penetrate the meat, enhancing its flavor. Bring to room temperature. Before cooking, let the prime rib sit at room temperature for about 2 hours. This ensures even cooking throughout the roast. And I cook my prime rib at 500 degrees at 5 minutes per pound. So for a 5-pound prime rib, you'll cook it at 500 degrees for 25 minutes, and then you'll let it cool in the oven. Turn the oven off and let it cool in there for 2 hours, and you got a nice medium rare prime rib. Checking for doneness. Use a meat thermometer. Invest in a good quality meat thermometer to check the internal temperature. Rare is 120 degrees Fahrenheit, medium rare is 130 degrees Fahrenheit, and medium is 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Make sure you allow your prime rib or your rib roast to rest before carving. Allow the prime rib to rest for at least 20 to 30 minutes after cooking. This redistributes the juices, making the meat more flavorful and easier to carve. And some good accompaniments to serve with your prime rib include horseradish sauce, which is a classic pairing with prime rib, Its tangy flavor complements the richness of the meat. Or Yorkshire pudding. Yorkshire pudding is traditional and delicious. This side dish is perfect for soaking up the rich juices from the prime rib. And I have never had Yorkshire pudding before, and I've never had it with prime rib, so I'm going to have to look up what Yorkshire pudding is after the show, and maybe I'll make it this Easter. By following these tips, you can elevate your prime rib from a simple rib roast to a culinary masterpiece. Experiment with different seasonings and sides to make the dish your own. Enjoy the delicious prime rib. And coming up next, we're going to have some delicious Easter dinner recipes for you. And then we're going to conclude the Easter recipe throwdown with some delicious Easter dessert recipes. So don't go anywhere, folks. Plenty more amazing recipes coming your way in just a second. Sorry about that.
Get ready for an epic celebration like never before. Join us as we celebrate 150 amazing episodes. Get ready for an epic celebration like never before. Join us as we celebrate 150 amazing episodes of Saturday Live with Alex Cardinale. Mark your calendars for Saturday, April 26, 2025, at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, only on the Alex Cardinale Network YouTube channel. Experience thrilling recipe demonstrations as Chef Alex Cardinale recreates the viral TikTok sensation Dirty Soda using Pepsi, Coca-Cola, and Mountain Dew. Plus, learn how to make a mouth-watering Mountain Dew cake with a decadent glaze. Dive into the aquatic world with Aqua Alex and his spectacular personal fish collection. Discover what new fish will join his family and from whom. Feel the rhythm with rap songs exclusively created and performed by Alex Cardinale. Witness the unveiling of the next inductee to the 2025 Creative Community Hall of Fame. Learn fascinating facts about the walrus, our animal of the world, and get insights on Pepsi, Coca-Cola, and Mountain Dew. Don't miss WWE fan Alex's exciting recap of WrestleMania 41. All this and so much more in a celebration you won't want to miss. Tune in live on Saturday, April 26, 2025, at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, on the Alex Cardinale Network YouTube channel. Be there, be entertained, and be part of history.
All right, and now let's get to some delicious Easter dinner recipes. Up first, we have my simple but delicious prime rib, aka rib roast. So you're going to need a stick of butter, and you're going to season that stick of butter with some parsley. You can use dry or fresh parsley. You're also going to need some Italian seasoning, some garlic and pepper seasoning, and your favorite seasoning. You're going to mix that with your butter and mix it well, and then you're going to spread the butter over your rib roast or your prime rib, and then you're going to preheat your oven to 500 degrees Fahrenheit. And you're going to cook your prime rib for 5 minutes per pound. So, for example, if your prime rib is 5 pounds, you'll cook it for 25 minutes. Then you're going to turn the oven off when the 25 minutes is up and leave the prime rib to rest for 2 hours in the oven. While the prime rib rests in the oven, the juices are going to redistribute, and you're going to have a delicious, moist prime rib. You can also make an au jus once you take it out of the oven. Just take all the drippings and put it into a sauce pot, add some butter and some flour to create a roux, and then pour the drippings into the roux with some beef broth, and you've got a simple au jus. That is my delicious prime rib recipe. And you really don't want to cook prime rib past medium rare because it loses tenderness the more you cook it. My next recipe is for a delicious Mountain Dew glazed ham. If you're a Mountain Dew lover like me and you like ham, this is a great recipe. So you're gonna need a spiral ham. You're going to need some regular Mountain Dew and some cherries. So what you're going to do is you're going to place some cherries around the bottom of your baking dish. You're going to put your spiral ham down on top of the cherries, and you're going to pour Mtn Dew over the ham, and you're going to bake the ham as directed. You can also season your ham with a little bit of salt and pepper and your favorite seasonings as well. The Mtn Dew is going to make it a nice sweet glaze. All right, and now it is time for our honey glazed ham recipe. And for the honey glazed ham, you're going to need 1 fully cooked bone-in ham, about 8 to 10 pounds, 1 cup of honey, a half cup of brown sugar, a 1/4 cup of Dijon mustard, a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, and cloves for studding. Instructions: preheat your oven to 325. Score the surface of the ham in a diamond pattern and stud with cloves. In a saucepan, combine honey, brown sugar, mustard, and vinegar, and heat until smooth. Brush the glaze over the ham and place it in a roasting pan. Bake for 15 to 18 minutes per pound, basting with glaze every 30 minutes. Let the ham rest for 10 minutes before carving. Scallop potatoes. Ingredients: 3 pounds of potatoes thinly sliced, 2 cups of heavy cream, 1 cup of milk, 2 cloves of garlic minced, a teaspoon of salt, a half teaspoon of black pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, 2 cups of shredded Gruyere cheese. Preheat your oven to 375. In a saucepan, combine cream, milk, garlic, salt, pepper, and nutmeg, and heat until warm. Layer half the potatoes in a greased baking dish. Pour half the cream mixture over the potatoes and sprinkle with half the cheese. Repeat with remaining potatoes, cream, and cheese. Cover with foil and bake for 45 minutes. Remove foil and bake for an additional 15 minutes until golden and bubbly. Here is my delicious 3-cheese mac and cheese recipe. You're going to need 2 pounds of pasta, and you can use any kind of pasta. I have used rotini, I have used shells, I have used elbows, I have used penne. You can use your favorite type of pasta. For the cheese sauce, you're going to need 1 gallon of milk. You're going to need about 2 or 3 bags of shredded cheese. So you can use shredded cheddar, you can use the mac and cheese blend, your favorite type of cheese, or if you have your own shredder, you can shred your own cheese, which will be awesome as well. You need a stick of butter and about a 1/4 cup or so of flour, and you can definitely use less flour if you want. You're going to need about a tablespoon of ground mustard. You're also going to need some seasoning, salt and pepper, Italian seasoning, and some Parmesan cheese, about half a cup of Parmesan cheese. So to create the sauce, you're going to make your roux, which is going to be by combining the butter and flour until it's combined and cooked. So it's light golden brown. So roux generally take about 3 or 4 minutes. Then you're going to add in your milk and whisk together until it's nice and thickened. And you're going to add your 3 cheeses. I like to use cheddar, Monterey Jack, and I also like to use Munster cheese. Those are the 3 cheeses that I use. You're going to add that and the seasoning, and then your sauce is ready. Then you're going to make your pasta until al dente, about 6 to 7 minutes. Drain it. Mix it with your macaroni and cheese sauce, put it in a baking dish, and then you're going to top it with more cheese. And if you want, you can add Ritz crackers or breadcrumbs for added flavor. Those are delicious. That's my delicious 3-cheese mac and cheese. Mashed potatoes, very simple. You're going to take a bag of russet potatoes and boil them on the stove until they are fork tender and really soft. Once they are really soft, you're going to drain them and take the potato masher and mash them really well. You're then going to add in a stick of butter, a tablespoon of garlic, salt and pepper, some sour cream, about a half cup of sour cream, about a 1/4 cup of cream cheese, and you can also add in cheddar cheese if you like as well. Mix together and you've got some delicious mashed potatoes. And finally, honey glazed carrots. These are really simple. I want you to go to the store and get some baby carrots. You're going to take a bag of baby carrots, put it in a large bowl, drizzle it with some olive oil or regular oil, salt and pepper, and honey. About maybe 3 or 4 tablespoons of honey, mix together and bake at 400 for about 20 minutes. And there's your delicious honey glazed carrots. And those are all my delicious Easter dinner recipes. And now, just like we finish off every meal, it's time to end the show on a sweet note. Here are some delicious Easter dessert recipes. So, my first Easter dessert recipe is a delicious Black Forest cake, and mine is very simple. So, for my Black Forest cake, we're going to use a store-bought chocolate cake mix, and I highly recommend Duncan Hines because it's really good. And you can foster it up and make it like a bakery style by replacing the water with milk. That's what I do. So we're going to need a chocolate cake mix. You're going to need some whipped cream, which we're going to make homemade, and some cherry pie filling. And you're also going to need some cherry brandy. So we're going to prepare our layer cakes as usual, bake them as usual. While the cakes are baking, you can make your whipped cream by taking a quart of heavy whipping cream, putting it into a KitchenAid stand mixer that's cold, and whisking it. But before you whisk it, you're going to want to add about a cup of powdered sugar to sweeten it. So whisk a cup of powdered sugar and whipped cream together until you get nice stiff peaks and a nice whipped cream to your liking. You're then going to put some cherry brandy into a little container until you've got about a half cup's worth. You're not going to use all of it. You're just going to use some of it to drizzle over your cake. So once your cake is cooled and ready to be frosted, you're going to take the bottom layer of the cake and you're going to start brushing some of that brandy cherry over the top of it. And then once you've done that, you're going to add some cherry pie filling. And then you're going to take your top layer and place it over the bottom layer, and you're going to drizzle some more of that cherry brandy on top. And then you're going to decorate and frost with your whipped cream, and then you can place some more cherry pie filling on top of that. And that is your simple, delicious Black Forest cake. Now, the next recipe I'm actually making for Easter this year. I'm making the Black Forest cake too, but I haven't made this next recipe in a couple of years, and that is a delicious Fruity Pebble Pie. And this is really simple. I got this recipe a number of years ago from Tasty Recipes, I think it's called. It's really, really good. So for this, you're going to need a graham cracker pie crust. You can make your own or buy it from the store. You're going to need 8 ounces of cream cheese softened, a container of Cool Whip. You're going to need 1 cup of powdered sugar and some Fruity Pebbles and a tablespoon of vanilla extract. And I like to add a teaspoon of lemon juice. Combine all the ingredients except for the Fruity Pebbles in a stand mixer. Then add in your Fruity Pebbles, place into a pie crust, and cover and put in the refrigerator for at least 12 hours or overnight. And it's going to be absolutely delicious. One of my easiest and most favorite desserts that I have ever made. And my final recipe tonight is an Easter classic. It is a classic carrot cake. You need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 cups of sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a half teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, a half teaspoon of ground nutmeg, 4 large eggs. You're also going to need a 1.5 cups of vegetable oil, 3 cups of grated carrots, 1 cup of chopped walnuts. And for the cream cheese frosting, you're going to need 8 ounces of cream cheese softened, a half cup of unsalted butter softened, 4 cups of powdered sugar, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Preheat your oven to 350 and grease 2 9-inch round cake pans. In a large bowl, combine flour, sugar, baking powder, baking soda, salt, cinnamon, and nutmeg. In another bowl, beat the eggs and add the oil. Gradually mix the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients until well blended. Stir in the grated carrots and chopped walnuts. Pour the batter evenly into the prepared pans and bake for 30 to 35 minutes. Let the cakes cool before frosting. As for the frosting, beat the cream cheese and butter until smooth. Gradually add powdered sugar and vanilla extract. And spread the frosting between the cake layers and over the tops and sides of the cake. And that is a delicious carrot cake. And that is the 2025 Easter Recipe Throwdown. I hope you guys and gals use all the recipes and the information that I gave you to help you have a wonderful Easter this Sunday. You know, I, Chef Alex, have a great time here on the A.C.E. Alex Cardinale Network. I plan to do some more live streams educating you all on food. My next recipe throwdown will be for the 4th of July. So get ready to join me in the summer as I give you some wonderful recipes for the 4th of July. But I'm sure I, Chef Alex, will be back before then. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight and learning about some delicious Easter recipes. I hope you all had a blast. Happy Easter, everyone. And if you enjoyed this episode, please hit the like button and share it with your friends. Happy Easter from Chef Alex Cardinale, and thank you for watching the Easter 2025 Recipe Throwdown.
Thank you all for tuning into this live stream on the Alex Cardinale Network. We hope you enjoyed the show as much as we loved bringing it to you. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends so even more people can join our amazing community and enjoy the content. A huge shout out to StreamYard and Oasis Aquatics for making this episode possible. Your support means the world to us. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and don't forget to stay connected with us. Follow the Alex Cardinale Network on Facebook for the latest news, updates, and behind-the-scenes content. Until next time, stay awesome and keep exploring the wonders of the world.